Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix. It is round number 9, 8, 7. No, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think it is round number 8 of the World Championship here. No, it's round number 9. I apologise. Of the Formula World Championship, which it's very late, isn't it, to have a Canadian Grand Prix at round 9. It's even later to have the Spanish Grand Prix round 10, which is actually our next visit on this incredible world tour. We are participating in that. We're going for the drivers and the constructors, and whilst we are loading into qualifying, it is Dan leads the way, 35 points in front of second place Marski, and third place Sigismund not here. So potentially Dan can extend his lead in the championship, but what can Marski do? Marski feeling a bit deflated, judging from the paddock chat earlier on then, after I think that there's been some electric times from other drivers in this gaggle of drivers. Smithy Almighty, brilliant win last time out in Monaco. Can he get 2 for 2? Smith Almighty started to starting to find his feet this season. Fifth position, Serious Motion dropped back ever so slightly. Jinner also realised his potential as well last time. Where was we last time, actually? We was in Monaco, weren't we? Jinner did realise his potential last time, but did not get to the end of the race, and that is what Jinner needs to do. That is the challenge for Jinner, because in the last two Grand Prix, I think Jinner's been the quickest driver, but unfortunately, Jinner has not got much to show for it. Sixth in the championship owner, 75 points. That's 3 Grand Prix win behind the championship leader at this stage of the season. It's only round 9, and of course we've got 24 rounds this season. There's a long way to go still, but that is still a mammoth task with a driver of Dan's caliber to very much be top of the tree at the moment. That's an unsafe release there from the Haas team, but luckily Farfair is not about at the moment, so I think that the head steward, he might get away with that, as the head steward is not about then. Right, back with the championship. Here we go. Kian. Kian. We have this problem every week, don't we? I need to find a little post-it or something, don't we? But anyway, nevertheless, 7th position so far. Craig R in 8th position. Rocket Lee in 9th. 10th position is Hungry Stars. That's the top 10 of the championship. 104 points separates first to 10th. 11th position, Stephen Anstey then. Very keen to get the stream going, then Icin. And yes, very much. I thought I was on time, to be honest, but Stephen didn't agree with that. 12th position, Slayer. Dynamo Dan in 13th position, not here tonight, unfortunately. The Hellface baby hasn't been here in the last almost month now, to be honest. 15th position, Movement. 16th vintage, Duncan Dave and Donald 17th and 18th, both McLaren drivers. Horror show season. Real Ashton in 19th and Swan Shanks 20th. Constructors Alpine at 14 points in front of the new RB team, or AlphaTauri, or Toro Rosso, or Minardi, depending on your era of Formula 1. Ferrari in 2nd position. Kick Sauber, Alfa Romeo, Sauber, BMW Sauber in 4th position, depending on your era of Formula 1. Haas in 5th position. The Williams team in 6th. Red Bull in 7th position then, or you can go with Jaguar, or you can go with Toro, or you can go with BAR, depending on your era, in 7th position then. Aston Martin in 8th position on 17 points then, or you could go with Jordan. 19th position is the Mercedes team, and McLaren only on 3 points so far. Not ideal. Putting it in a nutshell, Jinner then starting first lap. Then I've got my cable stuck, and I've also got my other cable stuck under my belly, which is not ideal. Perhaps that tells me that I need to maybe get on the gym then, but maybe get on the gym or the treadmill. Unfortunately, neither that's going to happen, to be fair, because yes, I'm not a I'm not glutton for punishment there, as I'd rather be sitting on my old rear posterior. I was looking for a Mercedes, to be honest, but I'm not sure which Mercedes I'm looking for. Craig R on the back straight here in Montreal, going through the final corner. And of course, the Wall of Champions, quite fitting. That Wall of Champions there has been there for quite a while. Craig R set us the first on the board. I think it was Jacques Villeneuve that crashed there in '97, didn't he? Which really did start the barrage of drivers going into that wall. But it was 99, wasn't it? Whereas Jinner is already on a 9.8 then on medium tyres. The gap is not as big as it was in Monaco at this stage, I must say. But still, on medium tyres, Jinner, there's no question about Jinner's pace, but there has been questions now about Jinner completing the Grand Prix, getting to the end, and getting those points on the board there, the former champion of bronze. Oh, no, that's not ideal, is it? As Swanshanks and Angry Dave have come to blows somewhere, and unfortunately, and there is Swanshanks right at the basically he's in. I think he's in downtown. One sure he was so far off the circuit. Do not know what happened there, but there is damage to Swanshanks' car. A 5-place grid penalty for Swanshanks there. And not ideal at all, as both. Well, I'm not sure what happened there. We cannot. I'm not going to do any. I'm not going to point fingers. I'll try not to anyway. But doesn't look ideal. I'm wondering if Swanshanks was on a lap and Angry Davey was just possibly on a slowdown lap or a build up kind of like that to get the battery going, but Swanshanks into the pits and not ideal then for the Mercedes driver then. Unfortunately, Swanshanks has not got off the mark yet in terms of points so far. 13 minutes to go in this qualifying session. Let me go to the comments. Hello to you all, and thank you very much for the likes and all that kind of stuff. 608 subscribers now, fantastic, 17th there. Can we get to 700 before the season's out? I must say that's a very a big old stretch, but we'll definitely try it. Rocket Lee, good evening to you, my good man. And good luck to Bronze as well. Rocket Lee is a very gentlemanly Rocket Lee. I would not say good luck to my competitors, but that's because I'm a not very nice person. Andy, oh Canada, indeed, or I watched that South Park the movie. For some reason, I blame Canada on me mind now when I read that. Oh, gosh. Evening to you, Moomin, and everyone. Masterclass from the back from me. Not Moomin. I am John's Moomin. Brilliant pace last time out in Monaco. For Moomin getting their best result of their bronze career and potentially should have and could have got a podium as well. Where am I? Yo to you, Slayer, that is. We got Angry Dave going across the line, going 6 fast, but Angry Dave returning back to action then. Of course, did race in at Gold on Sunday. Unfortunately, had to pull in the pits and retire, but because it was a bit too painful for Angry Dave. But hats off to have a go again, to race against the Gold lot, because we've got to say they are brutal competitors to say the least. Then here's Smithy, last week's Grand Prix winner, even into Vintage. Said, where was he last time? Only the best track in the world, Sean. Yes. Where was it? Oh, Monaco. No, definitely not. To be fair, having said that though, me and Farf both crashed at the same corner, so that means that I'm technically as good as Farf now. So there we go. And also, I think I finished in front of Farf actually on 100%. So I think Farf might be washed. Kian goes faster so far on a 9.6 out, 2/10 second in front of Jinner, but that's on medium tires, of course. Jinner is. Here's the second Ferrari going 5th fastest Ferrari of a rich history around this Grand Prix circuit, of course. Jordan Lacey in 95 won the that Canadian Grand Prix after Michael Schumacher. Was he stuck in 5th gear, or was that? No, that was Spain 94. There was something wrong with Michael Schumacher, wasn't there? I can't remember what, but that gifted the race to Jordan Lacey. But even so, that was such a great race there. I say gifted the race. Jordan Lacey should have and could have won so many more races. You can literally go through like the European Grand Prix 1995, but having said that, it was a masterclass from Schumacher once again. 95 Italy, where the onboard camera fell off of the Ferrari and hit Gerhard Berger, and then unfortunately, and broke his suspension, and unfortunately, Jean Lacey had an issue, came in the pits and retired there. So the amount of times that Jean Lacey could have and should have won a Grand Prix. Monaco 96 in the Benetton Renault was leading the race after Damon Hill's engine expired coming into the tunnel. Then Lacey was leading by quite a margin, but then unfortunately Benetton had an issue there. Unfortunately, to be honest, the history of Jean Lacey is littered with the amount of times he could have and should have won a Grand Prix for Jean Lacey. Of course, always unique with his driving style as well. Just watching Swanshanks, a clean pair of heels, a new nose cone, and he's back out on circuit after issues. So the qualifying ban, Sean, don't worry. Believe it or not, Moon, I actually read the review for one, so I'm on it like a car bonnet tonight. Ultimate Beast, hello, good luck, Bronze, and Ultimate Beast very much on a high at the moment, albeit Speed Kai, he's incredible, hasn't he, on bronze and silver. Speed Kai, I think that's the best I've ever seen Speed Kai in an ALR Grand Prix. He's been superb, hasn't he, over the last 2 races. He's not racing here tonight, but won a race then in silver last night, and second was Ultimate Beast there. A horror show. Jenner's gone fastest by 4/10 of a second. Horror show of a Grand Prix for Mumford, and Ultimate Beast has taken the he already had the leading championship, but it's going to extend it now. Aston Martin off the circuit at the far end then. I think it's Angry Davey just getting out of the way of the Haas car, actually doing a very good job there. I need to learn a thing or two about getting out of the way of cars, because let's just say that I don't think I did a very good job in in my attempts on the 100% there. Evening, Sean, that was meant to have said Moomin, saying thank you very much, Moomin. And also we got to Evening, Sean, setup incoming for tomorrow, so check your DMs. To be honest, I'm really bad at my DMs. I think I've got about 20 Discord notifications at the moment. But to be fair, I have been, a bit, unfortunately, distracted really, as unfortunately we've had a, Welcome to the Jensen tier, Ultimate Beast. Thank you very much. That's absolutely superb bit of stuff there, Ultimate Beast. I absolutely love that. Very good stuff indeed there. Of course, ALR is got an association with Mind then. Of course, after the horror, the absolute horror of losing Dr. Truepots, of course, in the Brazil, well, of course, around the Brazilian Grand Prix last season, and that stream will ever. Hats off to Knowlesy for going through that stream, but absolute horror for Dr. Truepots, who took his own life a few months ago, and of course ALR is associated with mine now. Dan goes third fastest. The reason, and of course the reason why I bring that up is unfortunately my friend who I haven't seen for a very long time, which is very guilty of me to be honest. I must say it's like if Knowlesy, Farfer, and Smithy, you can just ask them. I'm really poor at. Like I usually go off the grid for like a bit because I'm really bad at keeping in contact. But my friend who I used to play football with, unfortunately, has committed suicide. I'm not allowed to say that on YouTube or not. But unfortunately, my friend who I used to play football with committed suicide last Tuesday. I only found out about it very late. Wednesday, so horror. But yeah, so very important for of course. Talk to anyone basically. I beg you, really, because I'd rather be woken up at 4 o'clock in the morning and having a chat with you rather than finding out about that I'm no longer to talk to you anymore. But yeah, my friend Daniel Bruff, unfortunately, took it. We think has took his life. Took his life last Wednesday, which is very sad indeed. That used to play football with him not too long ago. Say not too long ago, but gosh, it feels like ages ago now. I haven't seen him for a couple of years, and absolutely very sad indeed that was. But yes, ALR is of course in association with mine then, and that is all, and that's all part of Dr. Truepots' legacy as well. Then, so yes, indeed. Then all the links are in the description, all that kind of stuff. Thank you very much, plotters. I'm too honest. He was only 35. It's absolutely heartbreaking, really. And to be honest, I always feel very very sad because the fact is that I'm really poor at communicating with people. Case in point, Serious Mushroom. It takes me about 4 or 5 days to respond to Serious Mushroom. I think I've had Moomin in me DMs, like waiting for me to respond to him, respond to them for almost a week. I'm pretty poor at that, so yeah. But I do feel guilty, to be fair. And yes, indeed. And as I said, the admins, Farfa, Knowlesy, and Smithy, probably have to wait for forever and a day for me to respond. To be honest, I try not to do it on purpose, but I get very distracted quite easily. Like case in point today, what was it? There was something about Red Bull that popped up on my phone whilst I was in the middle trying to sort out some hosting. As here comes LB coming into the pits. We trying to sort out some hosting, and I was chatting in the admin chat, and then all of a sudden I just disappeared because whoa, my gosh, sir! And I need a new pair of pants. I don't know if Jinner does, but goodness gracious me. Well, luckily, Haas do have a white overall, don't they? But Jinner, goodness me, and he's going to lower the bar again. Then it's a 9-1 there for Jinner. 5 minutes to go in this qualifying session now. But anyway, going back to my story, how dare Jinner interrupt me? But yes, we was trying to sort out hosting tonight, and Smithy has stepped in very graciously, and I think Jinner's also helped out as well. But whilst that was going on, a YouTube notification popped up saying about Red Bull been cheating, and then literally my mind just went and I completely forgot. So yeah, that's just me. But no, thank you very much for your comments. I absolutely appreciate that. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, thank you very much, Nosey. Yeah, absolute devastating, to be honest. I couldn't believe it to hear about it. And yeah, because I haven't heard from him for years, man. So it's quite sad indeed. That was 2 seasons ago. Show laugh out loud. And sorry to hear that. Keep your head up. Don't worry about that. To be honest, one of the best. If I did ever feel sad, I'm on it, which I did. But I'm here tonight, and you guys are keeping me going. Then. Well, no good chiming in my setup for Austria when you're driving Brazil. Yes, indeed. To be fair, I am getting better, I must say. But Serious Mushroom also shared a secret about some steering angle, which I still need to sort out. I still need to sort out, to be honest, because do I share it on stream? Is Serious Mushroom going to get upset with me if I share it on stream? I don't think so, because Serious Mushroom has not. He may have some tricks of the trade, but of course, Mushroom is a very quick customer, and he doesn't win. He doesn't win the Japanese Grand Prix against the likes of Liam Ye and Gurman. Of course, Gurman a gold world champion these days, by just having a bit of a little bit of steering input and things like that. Then, so it's all good stuff indeed. Help is on the way, dear. Far for saying that. Evening, Sean. Good evening to you, Camera. So thank you very much for the €10 That is going towards my chocolate bar, which I've also forgot to give Smithy my address because I think that if Farfur's not doing Drive of the Day tonight, then I am going to be bribed. No, wait, bribed. And I'm going Swift and White is going to get Drive of the Day because he's going to send me a chocolate bar. Fantastic. Yes, I will. So as it comes, Serious Mushroom's not going to be happy if I do share his secrets. So his secret is safe with me. Rocket Lee out of the final turn, then coming up to the almost touching the third fast there, but almost touching the wall of champions. Going third fast as Rocket Lee is. I must say, story very similar to Jenner this season. Rocket Lee is. He's been ever quick in qualifying, but I don't think he's got the big reward that he deserves so far. Craig R going through the section where Parnis broke both his legs in that horror crash at the end of the Canadian Grand Prix back in 1997, which only feels a couple of years ago, which shows how old I am. And also very good time there from Swanshanks. 9th fast at the moment for Swanshanks, good 17. Anthony also out on circuit as well. Under 2 minutes to go in this qualifying session there. Jake the Slayer going past us now. Invalidated their time, Jake the Slayer has. No disrespect to Jake the Slayer, but he has struggled, hasn't he, with these cars over the past season or two. Remember last season, Slayer really got off the mark. A very good job in the opening stage of the championship. Won a Grand Prix, I think it was the Austrian Grand Prix for Slayer. But unfortunately, then there was an update, and since then, Slayer's kind of been lost in the ethos here, in the shuffle. Into the pits comes Craig R. Dan is not Dan. I'm looking at the other. Who am I looking for, to be honest? I don't know who I'm looking for. I'm looking for Harlow Falls, who's just got across the line. 3/10 of a second down on his previous best then. 1 minute to go in this qualifying session before he gets on to the race itself. And I have made a very bad mistake there because I forgot to go to the gentleman's room before going on stream. Then I've had a lot of monster as well. Where's that Mercedes I hear you? I know that you're wondering about. I'm looking for it now. Slayer across the line then, and Slayer is 11th fastest there. Swanshanks is retired from the session somewhere on circuit. Checker flag is going to be out in not too distant future. Then here comes Smithy and White across the line. A 10th improvement for Smithy, but he stays 8th fastest and is invalidated his next time. Craig R is 5th at the moment there. Craig R is here comes LB. 3 races in a row now for LB. He made his debut 3 races ago, and since then has been ever present in bronze. It's been great to see for LB. Half a minute in this qualifying session to go. So here we go then. This is going to be very much edge of your seat stuff now, so I hope you're all sitting comfortably and safe. Marsky has taken a trip across the chicane then. I am looking for a light blue car. Who am I looking for? It is Harlow Falls, who's gone fastest out by 7th fastest by 5/10 of a second there. Magnificent stuff indeed then. Kian has improved by 700ths of a second now. I think that's it though. That's the end of qualifying for those two drivers. I'm really making a meal of this final part qualifying here because I can't find any drivers. Here comes Slayer out of the final turn then, and coming up to the line now, and Slayer goes 10th fastest there. I read Serious Mushroom's comment there, and I think I should have waited. As I was just taking a look then, where's the Aston Martin? I cannot go up, so I'm going to have to go around. As Anthony Stevenson goes 8th fastest there. Smithy Almighty crawl on the back straight. Here comes LB across the line then, and LB goes 13th fastest there. Good stuff indeed then. Mushroom is not qualified. Kian there is second at the moment. Dan across the line. The championship leader stays full fast at the moment. Marsky's off the circuit. Harlow Falls, I think, is 7th fast. Has he got anything left in the piggy bank there for the Alpine machine? Jenner pole position. Jenner going for his 7th pole position in 9 races then for Jenner. Can Harlow Falls, the reserve driver, pull a very much no, not quite in the end there. That is the end of qualified. Jenner pole position number 7 of the season there for himself and the Haas team. is it's very much reserved for Jinner, isn't it? And that is Jinner's fourth pole position in a row. Then, so Miami, Imola, Monaco, and Canada has been where Jinner's been on pole position there. Sid has been on pole position 4 times in a row. Fantastic stuff there for Jinner, and brilliant stuff indeed. And that's his 10th pole position of his career in 34 qualifying attempts. So hats off to Jinner. Very good stuff indeed there. Disrespect Jake Short's always late. But I've never missed the race that I voted for. Sarah said, absolutely. To be fair though, Jake, normally I'm actually late as well. It may not look like it because I jump in the lobby early and then I wander off, and then usually about 20 past, I then like, oh, I got to start the stream kind of thing, and then I start to panic as got the motorcycle gang that's revving their engines up outside my window. Great stuff indeed. Jinner, pole position number 10 of his career in 34 qualifying attempts, and that's just under a third, just under like 1 in 3 pole positions there for Jinner. Fantastic stuff indeed. But this is the pressure point for Jinner now. Can he get the results that he and the team want though? That is the question. I don't think Jinner's got a win so far this season. Swanshanks a 5-place grid penalty then for his escapades of Angry Dave. Back in a minute. Welcome back, everyone, into the Canadian Grand Prix. We just got, hopefully the race is enjoyable tonight, Sean, there. Good luck for Moominist, wishing everyone good luck as well then. To be honest, if the race is enjoyable, Slayer, that usually means it's going to be an absolute anarchy race, and I don't think far wants that, to be honest, but it's not about what Farf wants, it's about what we want, isn't it? Bronze, take care on the penalties, Ultimate Beast is saying there. And of course, Ultimate Beast second last night behind the ever formidable Speed Kai. What an incredible... If we had Driver of the Week, I would have the Swanshanks has been left on the grid there. That's not good for the Mercedes driver. 5-place grid penalties have now been left on the grid as well. Not ideal there for the... Serious Russia, he's nodded off. Swanshanks has for 5-place grid penalty and then down in 16th position. Jinner pole position there. I'm just trying to stat check me because I did mention, and I may have rudely sold Jinner short. No, Jinner has not won a Grand Prix this season. Best result has been second position in Miami and Imola. But Jinner wants to go one step better tonight. He wants to win that Grand Prix. Wants to win this Grand Prix then. This is going to be fun. I hate this track. It was only 30 seconds the other night then. Moomin is saying, of course, Moomin I think finished 12th in the end in the end, which included penalties there. So pretty good hustle there from Moomin. Beast, if I don't get at least 15 seconds, this race will be a miracle then. Good luck. Drivers from Don's Jinner pole positioning on hard tyres. 10th pole position of his career. 7th of this season. Incredible. Kian alongside on round 1. Medium tyres. Remember what happened on Sunday. 3rd position, Rocket Lee. Just like Jinner needs to get a performance in. Dan in 4th position, leading the championship. No pressure on Dan. There's Swanshanks asleep at the wheel. 5th position is Craig R. Hard tyres. Mark Skin, Harlow Falls. Medium tyres. 6 and 7. Anthony 8th on hard tyres. Smith Almighty 9th on medium tyres. Latest Grand Prix winner. Slayer in 10th position. Don's on great performance in 11th position. I'll be on hard tyres in 12th position. Then 3rd Grand Prix star. Vintage. Real Ashton. Great performance from Real Ashton and Vintage. Angry Davey on medium tyres. Swanshanks on 16th position. Medium tyres. Hard for Styles. Hard for Movement. Medium for Mushroom. Let's go racing here in... Where am I going? Oh, there I am. Let's go racing here in Montreal. Then we are waiting for those lights. We have four. We have five. There's a pause, and it is go, go, go. Then in Montreal, there's a cracking start for Kian to take the lead. Then down into turn one. Remember, he has got of course the medium tires out, but that is a surprise to me because it's such a short run down into turn one. And Dan's also passed Rocket League as well. The hard runners have had a pretty disappointing start in this one. There. Let's get the tower up then, and there's already a lot of movers and shakers, and that's a big crash there for Rocket League, and Rocket League is up there, and that's a horror show there for Rocket League. Down the order, Angry Davey has also had issues as well at the start, and it's now going to be a VSC, and there's debris all over the circuit then. Oh, goodness gracious me then. As, Swanshanks had to rush to the loo then, of course, unfortunately, whatever you put in the comments there, I will read out, so sorry, Swanshanks, you may have been caught a bit short there, but Swanshanks, as Nosey said, he's light on the load then. On the outside there goes Harlow Falls on the outside of Craigar. Who's that in the Williams? And that's Real Ashton passing the Haas car, moving up into 15th position there. Back in the front then, Kian leads out 5 tenths a second in front of Jinner. Then this is not panic station just yet for Jinner, the pothole sitter, as we're just following Harlow Falls go into the final turn, and Smithy Almighty all over the gearbox of Slayer. That one completed 2 tenths of a second there. Jinner now is a formidable opponent then. As we've mentioned though, it's been a bit of a difficult show the past 3 races there for Jinner. Potentially could have and should have won, but 2 of the 3 at the very least. Into the pits comes the RB of Rocket Lee and the Aston Martin of Angry David. A disappointing start for both those 2 cars, as LB has already got a 3-second penalty then on lap 2 out of 35 around here. Remember, tomorrow night is the 100%. We will be in Spain, and it's going to be a lot of pain for this ginger guy. So, yep, there's going to be a lot of rage as well then, as I do live up to my name then, literally and figuratively. Finish up the inside of LB then, going into the second chicane. Oh my goodness me. But they're all fine, and the Don and the Dons and Serious Smash are up 6th position as well then, as Serious Smash storming his way through the field then. Kian is now second in front of Jinner. Has Jinner made a mistake somewhere? As I said, not panic stations yet, any Jinner fans there, but Jinner knows that he needs to get the job done sooner or later because the championship just seems to be falling away from him. Harlow Falls had a great start to this Canadian Grand Prix. On the outside, passes Craig R, and up into 5th position, Harlow Falls, and I think his best result was 7th a few races ago there, but he has had a lot of fast laps in this championship here. Oh, down into turn 1 there. And Kian still leads, of course, in front of Jinner, in front of Dan in first position. Dan, as I said, 35 points in front. Jinner's got a 3-second penalty already. Not ideal for Jinner, that isn't. That's already pressure on, and we got yellow flags. Styles has had issues there, but I think he's got going. He has got going. No, there's no damage there. Is that an RB without a front wing now? Yes, Rocket League. Has the RB not changed the front wing? That is not good at all for the RB team. They, even though they're a new team, they're very experienced, and as we mentioned in their guises going through the championship earlier on then, formerly known as Monardi, AlphaTauri, Toro Rosso, and now RB, so they are a new team by name, but not by trade then, so that's a horror show for RB, and Rocket League is probably going to have a stern word with his mechanics at the end of this one there, and I do not want to be in that garage. Kian, second and a half in front of Jinner, who's got a 3-second penalty, and Dan's through as well, and the hard tires, Rocket League's got a 3-second penalty as well. The hard tires is not looking too favourable at the moment there, but this is just got to ride the storm in this one. As who's out in the pits, and Albie's in the pits very early on. There must be damage on the kick salver. The second kick salver is alongside Serious Mushroom going down into turn 1. Don of the Dons going up the orders. Kill, oh my gosh, and Moomin there, I thought was going to the moon there. Kiki, hello to you, my good sir. Kiki getting third position last night there, and good result there from the former bronze driver there. Moomin there, a bit of a ghost, unfortunately there, and that's not going to be ideal at all. Smithy Almighty has got past Slayer, but he is now 2.2 seconds away from Anthony, who's in a very superb 7th position mode. And Marsky now all over the gearbox of Jinner. You want to hear the tyres? There are the tyres. You don't want to hear the tyres. You want to see the tyres. Jinner there getting the fence then. Jinner surrounded by medium short cars at the moment. Marsky Hollow Falls is now a second back then. No, he isn't anymore. He's in DRS, and DRS has enabled at the end of the first lap this season. That one of the big major rule changes then here in ALR and Formula 1 alike. Then Kia now 2.1 seconds on the road. Then Jenner down into third position there, so he's got a bit of overtaking to do that, but he does not want to fall too far through the field. As Angry Davy's got a 3-second penalty. Penalties are going to be an absolute paramount here. Jenner's got a 3-second penalty, followed by the bottom three drivers at the moment. They've all come in the pits very early for unscheduled stops at the moment there. Kiki, get back to TT, as Ultimate Beast has said there. As of course, Kiki, a lot of we're talking about pole positions there. Kiki has had quite a few pole positions as well, and Mercedes have as well. I think Mercedes have been a monopoly in silver as well as here in bronze there for Jenner. Then Serious Mushroom on the outside of Vintage, I believe that was, and now up into 11th position there. Moving now all over the gearbox there of Vintage. Do not want to pass there. Of course, I think wasn't it Stroll and Brendan Hartley crashed there in 2018 or 19 potentially. Goodness me, time flies when you're having fun in Formula 1, isn't it? And here comes Moomin now as he teleports past Vintage and up into 12th position. It's very tight here at the moment. So what is Jenner doing now then? So Jenner has gone from defense to attack now. As you can see, look at this then. It's Dan trying to break the slipstream. Dan is 75 points in front of the man directly behind him. Corso, that could change quite easily. This is only round 9. We've got 24 races in total here. Donna the Dons is out of the points now. Serious Mushroom has got into the points after 6 laps, and that's Willie. Of course, Willie is short for the Williams, of course, but however, we cannot have that kind of feel for the program here. Kia there, 2.25 seconds up the road at the moment. Well, so we've now got a conga line forming behind Dan with Jenner, Marsky, Harlow Falls and Craig are now all in the facility. I think Anthony is. Yes, he is. He's now in DRS as well. Smith Almighty 3 seconds back, but he's extended, but he's now out of DRS as Slayer, so now he can start to go forward. The last week's race winner, Serious Mushroom from the back of the grid, having the 10th position. Don the Dons is currently 11th, but Don the Dons is not having any of it and wants to get himself back into the points. But however, Moomin has got ideas of his own there, and Moomin, whoa, what's that then? And I think there's contact between the two cars, and unfortunately there we have got Moomin, who is I'm not sure if he hit Don the Dons there, but now then Don Don's having a sniff, but nothing more than that. Vintage on the outside. We've got action at the front of the field there because Jenner is through and is back in the second position now. It's the hard tyres on lap 6 now suddenly become the premium tyre in this one, the prime tyre then. Is that problems with Dan because he's struggling here and almost getting overtaken down into turn 1 there, and not ideal at all. And the battle for 12th in 11th position is very much raging hot here. There they are, and Moomin going, no, not quite that, as Donna Don's using the DRS beautifully. Oh, a bit of nudging there going into turn 1 there. Donna, as whilst they're fighting here, whoa, contact there, and unfortunately Don of the Dons there has been nerfed out the way. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if Moomin got on the power a bit too early there, or if Don of the Dons there was a bit slow, but that didn't look too clever, unfortunately. And Don of the Dons down to 50 finish there, and I think the Don of the Dons talking about it being a heated battle. It's going to be very hot now, unfortunately. It's the two Mercedes drivers having a bit of banter in the comments section as well. I'll keep up in just a jiffy, as we've got Jenner, who's just absolutely waltzing away at the moment. Absolutely flying out there, Jenner is there. Remember, though, that the pressure is on for Jenner. Is it the pressure on for Jenner, though? Does Jenner feel that the championship is slipping away? Does Jenner even feel he's in the championship hunt? Well, he may play it down, but I think that Jenner is very much in the championship. Former champion at this championship level. And, of course, he has the pace as well, Jenner does. And as we mentioned already there, could have and should have won at least 2 of the last 3 Grand Prix. Has had 2 seconds there, but did not score last time out in Monaco, when it was looking very nice indeed, wasn't it? Here comes Harlow Falls in currently 5th position at the moment there. Whoa, is having a slip on the inside. Rocket Lee's got a 3-second penalty there. Harlow Falls has to duck out of that, and because of that, Craigar is going to be very much on the scene as well. There he is in 5 and 6, or is it 6 and 7? I do not know, to be honest. I probably should know since the Canadian Grand Prix has been on the F1 calendar since 1981, or is it 78? I wish I read that up before coming on air. But there we go. Prepare to fail to prepare, and all that kind of stuff. If anyone can help me, that'll be fantastic. Otherwise, I'm probably going to be doing that for the rest of the stream, probably. Into the hairpin there. Oh, is that the Alpine team there? Alpine are very rich in the history of bronze. They've done so well, haven't they, as a constructor, as the Alpine team. Kian now currently 3 seconds up the road. Has Jinner made a mistake then, or is he just struggling now, or is he harvesting that? There's so many questions with these Formula One machines these days, isn't it? It is not just about fuel saving brakes, saving tires or anything like that. It's also about electrical deployment as well. Just to put it mildly, there's so many things that the driver's going to manage. They're the fastest engineers in the world at the moment. On lap 9 of 35 around here. We're not at half distance just yet. Craigar's got a 3-second penalty, which is the driver directly behind us. They're on board with Harlow Falls with that default helmet there, which of course is absolutely disgraceful behaviour. Of course, that is the most important part of the racer's repertoire. Here's Marsky, who is second in the championship on there, and of course, I think this is points gain then. Well, Marsky was not feeling too confident. And who's that? That's Craigar scampering across the runoff there. I'm sure that's gravel. It'll be gravel then. I think it is gravel actually in the real world, isn't it? So next time we're around here, we might actually see gravel at that circuit. Which, if that is the case, then Craigar is going to lose a lot more than he's going to gain there. Jinner went to the back of Marsky ever so slightly and has lost a lot of momentum. And now here comes Dan. Dan, as we mentioned, is the championship leader, but I think that Dan has said in the last couple of Grand Prix that he has also been lucky as well. Jinner is through. Yellow flag in the hairpin. There's all kinds of ruckus down there. Vintage has recovered. No damage to the Red Bull, I don't believe. And back into turn 1, Marsky is trying to get back past Jinner, but no dice at the moment. Jinner had DRS, of course, after the detection zone, all the way down the opposite side of the circuit. And going into the hairpin there, you got double dose of DRS and down the back straight and down the start finish straight. Vintage off the circuit there. And Vintage there is, oh dear, is the game there does not like the way Vintage went into the pit lane, and Vintage is just trying to get in, and now he's got in the pits there. So Vintage there had issues down in the half and had more issues. And as here comes Anthony now on the outside, then one of the newest drivers in Grand Prix racing, and now Vintage safe position there, passes Craigar, who's dropped down to 7 from Craigar's also got penalties as well here. Oh, key on. Thank you very much, Thunder. Key on. We got Styles then, who's off the circuit as well. That's where, and he's stuck. Styles is stuck here, where Carlos Sainz, I think, got stuck as well. No, his album, wasn't it? And that's going Styles, and if it hopefully can, we do not like reset the track, and that's disqualification there. Jinner and what's happened here? Marsky's lost out majorly, and Jinner's into the pit. Jinner is in the pits. What's happened? Styles has been disqualified. Yellow flags there, and Styles is the first retirement in this Grand Prix. Keon leads this race then as damn, that's major damage to Jinner, and that's going to be a front nose cone change. The pole sitter again has had issues here. I know that Marsky, as the Marsky may have been involved as well, and the RB team twice now have not change the front nose cone of their two cars, and I think Lauren Meckies is going to be pulling his hair out, I think, at the end of this one. Not only is both his drivers said was in a very good qualifying position and not so much in the race anymore, also that both the nose cones have not been changed either. My goodness gracious me, Angry Davey has got a 3-second penalty. Keon is currently, I'm trying to say it correctly, it's only taken me 2, 3, 4 months to do so. Keon leads the way. Dan second at the moment. Third is Harlow Falls. Both the Alpine machines are now second and third as they are swapping position there. But Jinner all the way down the order. We did not see what happened on the live stream there. Hopefully we could find out what happened then. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case at the moment. Back at the front then. So our gaggle of cars has dropped down to 3 now with the 2 Alpines leading Anthony, who is in 4th position now. But Dan is struggling, whilst Harlow Falls, the reserve driver, he's not eligible for points there for the Alpine team, but is absolutely on the march. Look, Dan's got some major problems, and the championship leader is down into 4th now. Oh dear, that's not ideal there. Oh my goodness gracious me, as they're going through to the chicane once again now. Wow, absolutely action-packed now. So, I don't know, to be honest, Marsky is on the hard tyres. Will he need to pit? I don't think he will need to pit, but those hard tyres are going to be well past their best. Gina, that's a long way to go on the medium tyres. That is a horror show. It'd be interesting to see what happened to both drivers at the end of this one. Rocket Lee has got a 3-second penalty. We are checking with penalties later on in the race, but the penalties are already racking up here. Top 4 have not got any penalties so far. Keon leads the way with Harlow Falls in second, Anthony in third, Dan down in fourth position, Craig R is fifth, sixth position is Smithfield Mighty, seventh is Slayer, eighth is Mushroom, ninth is Moomin, 10th position is Marsky. Oh my word! Well, that was a bit of a dramatic phase of the Grand Prix, isn't it? Keon ain't going to mind too much though, because there he is, just enjoying himself in the Montreal sunshine there, and just driving along there. Oh, I think he made it. I think Keon made a mistake there, didn't he? Harlow Falls, who's currently in second position. Anthony is on the ascendancy now on the medium, on the hard tires. Anthony is the highest runner on the hard compound tire here. Harlow Falls, so I think the hard tires is now probably the better race tire. Craig R is also on the hard tires as well, as is Moomin. Marsky's also on the harder tire at this moment in time as well, but Marsky is out of sync now after Gremlins going on then, unfortunately. So going down into the hairpin once again. I think Selic, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, but continue that there in brackets there. Bro sacrifices his voice for a bronze race there, Thunder is saying, I absolutely do then, of course, mainly because I love it there. But hopefully it's not bleeding your ears out too much there with me old Forester accent all, but into the pits comes Harlow Falls there. Oh no, and a 10-second penalty, and this pit lane can catch you out, and second place driver Harlow Falls has been caught out. Alpine get to work then. That's a two-stop strategy because you have to use two types of tyres there in this Grand Prix, and unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, I'm not sure. I think a two-stopper is probably not the way to go, but that's just me sitting there on me poof whilst watching these drivers go through that. I couldn't reverse, should have reset the track, Kiki is saying there. Just on board with Moomin, who's in 9th position. LB has got past Donald the Dons, who's coming out of the pits on a fresh set of hard tyres, Thunder. But Sean is Crocodile greater than Keon there. Keon, a top man. Keon's absolutely incredible. He's not just a top man, he's a top driver, and at the moment leading this race. He's the lead driver here in Canada at the moment. It is at Keon as he's in the pits, and the race leader comes into the pits. So he's got a 5.5 second advantage over second place Anthony. Anthony is not his direct rival at this moment in time. Could be later on though, as I may live to regret that statement. Keon probably ain't going to be too concerned about my state. Has he been? Yeah, he's been let out then, as the Ferrari mechanics are quite infamous for some of their strategical calls. However, tonight there it does look straightforward. Is it kind of F1 race be straightforward in terms of strategy? I'm not sure about that, to be fair. But anyway, Ferrari have got service Keon. He's back out on circuit. Keon is and away they go. I think Keon's had a Grand Prix win in bronze. He's never had a second. He would love to have a second Grand Prix. And what is going on here? Harlow Falls right underneath the gearbox of Slayer, who is not pitted yet. But Harlow Falls, I think, is the only driver who's going to be on a two-stopper or a scheduled two-stopper. Everyone else is probably going to be on a one there. You do lose a lot of time in this pit lane there. I think a two-stop, I just can't see it personally. I don't think it's going to work out too much there. Says this big brain commentator, like I know what's going on. Harlow Falls up into 5th position there. Great overtake there and pass there, albeit Slayer didn't really have the equipment or the tyres to defend against the Alpine machine down into the hairpin. And now here comes Marsky, and I'm not sure if Marsky and Junior Kingdom Blues, they came into the pits very close together. I am kind of pointing fingers at this problem with the Aston Martin of Angry Davey, I think, recovering now. Ashton, contact there, and what is going on with that there? Goodness gracious me, that's not ideal, is it? I'm not sure if Slayer's got a 3-second penalty there. I'm not sure what went on there, but that looked very precarious indeed then. Into the pits comes Smithfield Mighty, and that's the second service error from the Scuderia Ferrari. Of course, Ferrari quite synonymous with Canada, mainly with Gilles Villeneuve, the famous Ferrari 27, and of course, the last Ferrari 27 to win around here was in 1995, and that was Jean Alesi there. Of course, one of the great F1 drivers. Unfortunately, though, only had one Grand Prix win, which is a travesty, in my opinion. Here's Ginner, who... Whoa, Ginner is all over the show. What's happened there for Ginner? And it's just the same issue that happened in Imola a few weeks ago, where it just lost a lot of performance out of the tyre set. Not ideal. Not ideal there for Ginner, but all of a sudden there is really struggling for grip there as the former pole sitter Ginner. 10 pole positions now in his bronze career, but the races for Ginner is not going his way at all. Angry Davey out of the Grand Prix, unfortunately. I'm not sure what happened between him and Ashton there, coming out of turn 2, but didn't look very ideal there for both drivers there. Second retirement in this one there. Whoa, Ginner, hopefully get a better there it is, and now moving there has been hung out to dry. A 10-second penalty there for who I don't know who it was, to be honest. I think it was Slayer. Marsky in 6th position there. Dan 7th, and down into 8th is movement on the hard tyres. Dan Marsky and Ginner all in the facility, all in the same facility there. Yellow flag is for the Aston Martin, just crawling to a stop, unfortunately, out of the Grand Prix. Anthony leads with Craigar in second position. The top two have not stopped yet. Third position is Keon. Ginner is... I'm not sure if Ginner's driving angrily or if there's some issues with the tyres there, but it feels more like a rallycross car than a Formula 1 machine at the moment there. Half distance almost coming up now, but at this moment then this race has got a long way to go, and I've got cramp in me calf. Not ideal then. And fortunately, that as we go down into the hairpin now then. Contact with the gearbox of Ginner then as they accelerate away. Yellow flag then for, is that Vintage? It is one of... It's Rocket Lee. Rocket Lee has lost the whole of the front wing now and has dropped down the order, unfortunately. Anthony then, who is having issues then going... well, no, he ain't having issues there. He's leading the way, doing a very good job indeed then. With Craigar in second position, Keon in third. Harlow Falls in fourth position there on the... there's more yellow flags out, and I think it's for the RB again. RB have not really covered themselves in glory here tonight, have they? With not changing the front nose codes, as you can see from Marsky and from Rocket Lee. And of course, now Rocket Lee also have an issue as well. Both drivers are very much in the heart of the top 10. Now, one driver is in 6th position. The other driver is down in 17th and potentially could be a lap down in a not too distant future. The understeer on that RB is going to be very real for Marsky, of course, who's second in the championship. The driver who is behind at the moment is this man here. It is Dan, who of course can extend his lead in the championship. That it's got quite a nice gap already of 35 points for Dan. Not looking too worrying for Dan at the moment there. And I'm not sure if he knows about the damage on the RB, but I'm not sure if he's going to be in too much of a hurry to get past knowing the issues. Whoa, Craigar struggling to slow that car down. Coming into the pits now on lap 20 then, as... And just as we come out of the pits now, comes Craig. Unfortunately, Angry Dave is exhausted then mentally with the league racing, and he's taking a sabbatical. Don't worry about that, my good sir. As unfortunately, Angry Dave. Not unfortunately, they're just putting their feet up for the for a bit. Then as trying our best to get, we need to get out of it. Angry Dave is. Don't worry about that, my good sir. Your well-being is much more important. And to be honest, you don't need to get. You shouldn't get. This game is flushing you too much. Then get out of it. I'd say, and of course, great to have you along for the ride, Angry Davey. But unfortunately, Angry Davey out of the Grand Prix. And it's going to take a sabbatical from Grand Prix racing for the time being. Anthony, and going back to the race, and Anthony is leading the race by 6.2 seconds there from Keon in second position. Third position is Harlow Falls, but Harlow Falls is on a 2-stopper because he's gone at medium so far. You have to use 2 types of tyres, whether that's the medium and the hards or the medium and the softs. That remains to be seen. Here comes Ginner then, back past Marsky. Marsky with damage to the front wing is going to have a lot of understeer out, and it's probably going to hurt his tyres more and more in this one. Marski will not have DRS out, but he has catapulted out of the final chicane very nicely indeed there down his turn one there. Smithy Almighty, 3-second penalty, not ideal. Into the pits comes Moomin from 9th position there. Moomin is. Moomin will be on the fresher medium tyre now. Going to be quicker than Hiccup. Moomin is. So keep an eye on the keep an eye on the kick salver. Out of the race there goes Rocket Lee. Then a horror show for Rocket Lee, unfortunately, which is such a shame. Keon, I should say, Keon the GOAT. Says Vindad then. Yes, indeed, and certainly doing a very good job in this race so far is Keon. And whoa, my gosh, there, where was Dan on contact between the two cars? Jinners had to take a phase of action there, going across the runoff, and has let Dan go by there. Of course, he did ease off the throttle when he was on board of him, so that means that he will not get a penalty, I don't believe. But Rocket Lee out of the race then, and that is a terrible, terrible race then for the RB team. Then not only did not change the front nose cone of both RB cars, Rocket Lee then just couldn't recover either, unfortunately. On the back straight, Dan has not got one more car before he has a lovely 9-second advantage, 9-second gap. Jinners off the circuit. Oh no! And this race is becoming a bit of a nightmare for Jinner. And frustration, I think he's been. You can feel the frustration in the car when we was on board of him as well. Jinners once again. The race has started to fall away there from the 10-time pole sitter. Anthony is going very long in this race. He's now 3.5 seconds away from Keon, who's in second position. Keon has had a Grand Prix win. Can he have 2 race wins in his career here? He probably should have and could have had a lot more than what he's got. But what a way to do it here in Canada. And of course, Canada, a rich history. And here comes Marski back through. This is the battle for the championship lead at the moment in this stage of the season. Albeit Marski's 35 points away. Jinner's lost out for Smith Almighty, who is now in 7th position there. Smith Almighty going to the end of the race. I'm not sure if Jinner will be able to. And those tyres are not looking too healthy either. 21 out of 35 here. 3 retirements then. Styles out of the Grand Prix getting beat said. Angry Davey out of the race then. And Rocket Lee also having a nightmare race as well, unfortunately there. On board now with Dan then too far back at the moment to do anything about it. So at this stage, and Anthony is going to be in the pits momentarily, and also we have got his Jinner as where is he? There he is. Jinner's now through and back into 7th position there. But Jinner's car is looking so unstable, even with DRS. Smithy is just breezed past down the pit straight. That's just a lack of grip on the Haas car. Not ideal at all. So the Haas team are going to be very much wondering what is going on then. As to be fair, it actually feels like the real life struggles of the Haas from last season and from 2019 as well. I think when they had that beautiful black and gold livery. Unfortunately, the sponsor is being dubbed by some of the Formula 1 community as Bad Santa. Of course, William Story that wasn't probably so rich, was it? Unfortunately, but that car had a very good qualifying lap in it, but race trim not very good then. And I wonder if Jinner's having the same issue now as Haas have been over the years, that they've very much had a very good qualifying car, but the race trim, they've always ate the tyres, used the tyres too much and dropped out. And I'm wondering if that's happening with Jinner now, potentially. But we have seen this before in the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix as well. Dan is now into 4th position. Marski though is going to try and come back out, and then that's a great run out of the final chicane here. Look at Craigar in the background then. Whilst these two have been fighting, Craigar is just snuck up on the back of these two whilst unbeknownst to me. And look at that. Whilst they've been fighting as well, Anthony is on the podium here. Where has he come from then? And the pace there of these cars here have not been great at all then from Dan Marski, and have kind of been jumped there from Anthony. And really, this is the final podium now, isn't it? Because I don't think that they're going to get second now, because Anthony's going to just rocket away, and he is rocketing away from this battle here. And I think Craigar on the medium tyres, fresh medium tyres, I think is going to be a very happy man at the moment there. Craigar is in 6th position. DRS said on Marski, and he would like to get past Marski ASAP, because then he could be on the back of Dan. Dan is just about in the DRS detection zone of Anthony, who's driving this superb race. I don't think Anthony's ever been on the podium in his career. I'll have to get my old stat book out in a minute, but this is a very good performance from Anthony, and the alternative pit strategy has really propelled him very much high up the order. Harlow Falls will have to come into the pits. He's only used the medium tyres at the moment. Oh dear, as Rocket Lee, as Don's got 3 second penalty. Rocket Lee is unhappy with some of the driving standards out there. Some of the drivers, casual tomorrow for 100%, not in the mood there. Some of the way of some of the drivers is unbelievable. Give me a ban next week for this pit and quit, as Rocket Lee is absolutely furious with what has occurred out there today. That did we see what happened with Rocket Lee? I can't remember. We only seen what happened in the pit lane, I believe, where they did not change the front wing. But Rocket Lee is absolutely apoplectic in the comment section there. We did not see what happened there. We also, Marsky and Jin are also coming to blows as well, I assume. So there's going to be a lot of fallout, I think, for this Grand Prix. Farfar, I hope that he has got some cup of cocoa ready. It might be a long night there for Farf, but I don't think Farf drinks cocoa, does he? I think he's more of a strong coffee kind of guy, isn't he? Craig R has got past Marsky on the old hard tires, and also wing damage as well. It's quite easy. Here's an easy overtaking Formula 1. It's never an easy overtaking Formula 1. Yellow flag then for when the kick salvage. That might be LB having issues, and that's not good for LB. Just coming the pits on fresh medium tires there. So those tires would like to have been used for a quick outlap there to really get himself on the back of a Vintage potentially, because Vintage is in front there by about 12 seconds now. I think it was a lot closer than that up until where they had the issue, unfortunately. Let's take stock with about 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Keon leads the way, but from Harlow Falls by 5.6 seconds. Keon there going for a second Grand Prix win of his career. Harlow Falls got a 3-second penalty. Anthony looking very strong in third position, does not need to pit again. Harlow Falls does need to pit again. So then we got a battle for the final podium between the World Championship leader Dan and Craig R. A strong performance from Craig R. As Craig R ever finished on the podium, I hear you said. Let me get me, no he hasn't, Craig R. But this is a great performance from Craig R. Craig R has threatened the podium all the way through this season so far, and things are starting to come together then for the Red Bull driver. Marsky with damage there. RB did not change the front wing now of Marsky. And Marsky's come into the pits now and elected to go to a two-stop strategy. So I think I'm indebted to Harlow Falls here, because I was saying that the two-stop strategy was not the way to go. Well, Harlow Falls put me in my place there and really told me to do the proverbial there. So that means that Smith and White's up to 6, Sirius Rush from 7th, and Slayer in a very good 8th position there. Marsky coming out of 9th on the medium tyres, and we got Moomin in 10th position on the fresh set of medium tyres who's jumped in front of Marsky. Jinner came in the pits a few laps ago, is in 11th. How closely to the back of Marsky is a couple of seconds away there, so that might get juicy for the final battle for the final point scoring position there. Don's in a strong 12th with Swanshanks in 13th, Vintage 14th, Albie 50, and Ashton in 16th position. 3 retirements in this Grand Prix so far. A very unhappy Rocket Lee out of the race, and Angry Davey out of the race, and Styles getting beats on the curb and out of the race as well. Styles, of course, very good. Unfortunately, it's happened a couple of times, Styles, where he was beached there and refused to use the reset to track. Here comes Craig up into 4th position now. Passes Dan in up into 4th position now. So Craig the next target is 3rd place Anthony here. I'm not sure. I think that let's see what the pace is like between these two cars. But Anthony is on half the tire life of Craig R. But we'll see how this one transpires then. On board with Craig R, I tell you, is absolutely flying through the field very nicely indeed. And the gaps are very much starting to expand then between the drivers at the moment. And Harlow Falls, I think, is the last driver to have to make a scheduled stop. Everyone else can go to the end if they can please. But Craig R looking very line up the rear there quite viciously there, and that's might have really piqued Dan's interest here. So the medium tires, I think, starts to fall off around lap 12, I believe, around 11 or 12. And maybe I'm speaking absolute boulder dash, but I think that's about it. The lock up there from Craig R is not going to help. And we've got Dan who's very much all over the gearbox of the Red Bull now. The Red Bull is going to have to get defensive, but I think that mistake we've seen out of turn 5 and 6 there has not helped, and that means that now Dan is back through, back past Craigar, and back up in the 5th position there. Into the pits finally comes Harlow Falls, and the only driver I think to go for a 2-stopper right from the get-go here. Harlow Falls said, I was questioning this 2-stopper, but maybe this is an absolute dream of a strategy there. Harlow Falls down into 6th position there. Serious Mushroom coming across the line now, down into 7th, but soft tires for Harlow Falls. A lot of fast lap for Harlow Falls in his career in bronze, and he's had 2 so far this season, which is joint highest with someone else, and I think it's Keon. It is Keon in the Red Bull, Red Ferrari. Oh goodness gracious me! Ooh. Red Bull fans and Ferrari fans are not going to be happy with that, are they? Pretty appalling mistake that was by myself. Shocking stuff indeed. Then, so there is come out right behind Harlow Falls. Harlow Falls is going to be the gentleman on the move, and we'll keep an eye on what the Alpine Super Sub can do here tonight. But good performance so far from Harlow Falls. There's a lot of good races, a lot of good performances out there. Keon then is about 12 seconds in front of Anthony, who's on course for his first podium. Craigar trying to get his first podium here, but he's going to have an almighty scrap with the championship leader Dan if he wants to get this 3-second penalty. That is costly for Craigar, and now here comes Dan back through. Not only a 3-second penalty he got in the final chicane, then also it was a double whammy because then Dan got through as well after a horrific exit out of the chicane. And unfortunately for Craigar, the medium tires are now going to start to not feel too happy with life. And unfortunately for Craigar, he needed to get the job done, I think, on the first or second go, which would have I think got him going then and gave him an opportunity. Marsky has now changed the front nose cone. Yellow flag was fluttering at this part of the circuit here. I'm not sure who for, as we're just watching Harlow Falls on the soft compound tires here. Oh my word. As now then Dan is out of DRS range. The detector zone, they've just gone past it. And in front of us is one of the kick salvers. That's Albi, who's just about to be lapped then. Down in 15th position, Albi is, but only his third bronze race then in ALR. So still a very good job there from the very inexperienced Albi. So good stuff indeed then. Keon then still leading the way then with Anthony in 2nd position, and about 6 laps to go in this Grand Prix. They're very much not a thriller, but certainly something that certainly a Grand Prix that you need to be invested in, I feel that. Craigar, I think that his challenge might have finished now. Serious Russell into a superb 6th position there. Driver of the day will be maybe out momentarily, may not be. It depends if Farf is back from his escapades. And of course, I think Farf had to work on a bit late tonight. And so if the driver of the day is not, then yours truly is going to vote. And of course, I would not vote for a reserve driver. Otherwise, I may have voted for this man here, Harlow Falls. It's been a good job indeed there for Harlow Falls. Serious Musho could be in contention as well. Smithfield Mike's doing a great job. Craigar, Dan, Anthony, I think I'm leaning for Anthony for driver of the day so far, along with Keon as well. Oh, that's going to be a tough one, isn't it? Either way, I'm going to upset the public, I think, with whatever decision I choose here tonight. Then, not yet, because luckily Farf has spared my blushes and has thrown up the young driver of the day. Thank goodness for that, because I have a feeling that I would have been chased out of Montreal with pitchforks, I think, by the end of this one. Right then, as we come into the end of this Grand Prix there, Serious Mushroom, who could be in a serious bit of trouble now from the Alpine, who is very much on a charge. How long are these soft tires going to last is the question that is on my mind. And probably the question is on Harlow Falls' is mine. Probably not, to be fair, because Harlow Falls has probably done a race simulation or two. He's got fast lap now, Harlow Falls has in the Alpine. Oh, I nearly swallowed my tongue. Unfortunately, that fast lap, all these points that Harlow Falls has got at the moment, which is 6 in the piggy bank, will not go to the Alpine's Constructors Championship, unfortunately. Because in previous years it's basically basically some of the subs has won the constructors when the constructors possibly shouldn't have deserved it, mainly because they're proper drivers not turned up then. So that's maybe one of the major rules, I think. One of the major rule changes for ALR this season. That 31 out of 35, and luckily, actually, what I can also say, it's race week this week as well. Fantastic stuff indeed. We're back to the Dutch Grand Prix. I've heard a whisper that 2025 could be the last time we see Zandvoort on the Formula 1 calendar, which I'm not sure about you guys, so I think it'd be an absolute travesty. I love that circuit, especially on this game. It's pretty good to drive, but unfortunately, I also heard a whisper that potentially Zandvoort and also Belgium, and Spa might alternate as well. You know what? Spa should be on the Formula 1 calendar, whatever, because it's, in my opinion, it's the best circuit in the world. We've had awful shunts over the years, haven't we? Spa has, but they have tried to improve the track safety around there. But Spa should be on the Formula 1 calendar, in my opinion. So I think I'd rather Spa. Maybe they should alternate some of the American races. No disrespect to the American races, but having 3 in one country, albeit it is a big old country, isn't it, America's? But maybe they should alternate Las Vegas and Miami potentially, or maybe get rid of Miami completely. Oh dear, I shouldn't have said that, should I? But Miami's not probably the most interesting race in the world. I must admit, I do like Las Vegas, to be fair. Last season's race was pretty interesting, wasn't it? I actually like the circuit as well, to be fair, which I'm probably in the minority on that one, but I do enjoy it nonetheless. Of course, there's all the rumours about the Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona potentially being cut off the calendar for Miami in 2026 as well. I think that those rumours have quieted down a bit now, but the Grand Prix in Rwanda, I think it is also on the card as well. And I must say that, of course, I think that I am a big fan of having a Grand Prix in Africa. We'll come back to those Grand Prix in just a few moments, because here's Hardo Falls with his moment to shine. And he's through, passes Cirrus Mushroom up into sixth position there. Mushroom couldn't defend there, mainly because Harder Falls is on the softer compound tires there. Jordan Dave voters out there, thank you very much for voting. And of course, if you've not liked, then like the stream as well. So I've gone into proper YouTube promotion mode now, which is good stuff indeed. And no safety cars or VSCs in this race, so very clean and precise there. Albeit what isn't being clean and precise though, is I think a lot of drivers there's a couple of unhappy drivers. Angry Davey is going to take a sabbatical from Grand Prix racing for the time being, unfortunately. And Rocket Lee, unhappy man as well. I'm not sure if unhappy about the RBT not changing his front nose cone when it was damaged, or if as well as other shenanigans as well. But RB have not helped their drivers at all, and I think RB was expecting to come away with this Grand Prix with double figure points rather than just 4 points at this stage there. Penalties there is on the left-hand side tower. 6 seconds for Craig R, but that shouldn't affect his position there. Smithy Almighty has got a 3-second penalty, which will affect his position and could drop down to 7th, and behind Harlow Falls and Cirrus Mushroom, there they are. That 34 out of 35 in this race, as this race is winding down then, and is having a bit of a subdued ending, I should say. Well, to be honest, a lot of action at the beginning. Cirrus Mushroom's got a 3-second penalty and has thrown away the chance to get 6th position on the board there. So Cirrus Mushroom's going to be kicking himself for that. Done 34 ultra clean laps around here, which is not easy. I should know, as I think I got about 40 odd seconds of penalties on last Wednesday then. And I'll probably get about 50 seconds tomorrow as well. Albeit at Barcelona, you don't expect many penalties around there, but let's be honest, I will probably find a way to do so. Jordan Dave, Anthony on 50%, 33% for Keon, and Mushroom on 17% as well. And so Slayer's also got 3 seconds there, 22 seconds for Slayer. Unfortunately for Slayer, because of that, I feel that Slayer could be out of the points then, albeit Donna Don's 18 seconds back is maybe a stretch there for Donna Don. Said I haven't got my calculator in front of me, and also I'm not very good at the old maths either then. And here is Keon then. What a performance there, a Grand Prix winner. I think he's going for his second Grand Prix win of his career in bronze here tonight. And let me just check that. I fact-checked it myself. In his 6th Grand Prix, he's going to go for 2 for 2 then, which means that 1 in every 4 races Keon has won a Grand Prix in bronze, coming out of the hairpin now. And of course, as you mentioned, then Jean Lacey won here in 1995. Then, of course, the last Ferrari driver to wear the famous number 27, then, of course, which is famous by Gilles Villeneuve. reserve. And then John Lacey won it in 95. Well, today in 2024, Keon comes out of the final chicane and he wins his second Grand Prix here in Bronstead, takes the checker flag in Canada, and that it. I think that is a championship back on then for Keon then. Good stuff indeed. A great drive tonight for Keon there, and that is, I think, an important result there for the Ferrari team and for Keon, because he was getting cut adrift, I think, in the championship, and with Dan finishing in third and scraping that podium there, but Keon has taken 10 points out of Dan, but he needs to take more, I think, if he wants to get involved. But this is a statement of intent there from the Ferrari driver, and takes the Grand Prix win here in Montreal. Rocket League pit crew and unfortunately an issue with another driver is the reason for Rocket League being absolutely frustrated. That I absolutely agree with the pit crew. We did not see the issue with the other driver, but yes, I don't understand why RB just didn't change the front nose cone. Absolutely shocking. Seems Jenner has stolen the fastest lap there from Harlow Falls. I think that's Harlow Falls' best result of his career. It's Anthony Stevens. Who's that? It was Anthony's best result of his career as well. His first podium of his career. Fantastic stuff indeed. Then, so I think he'll be up for that. Serious pressure against the games driver of the day, but I think the driver of the day goes to Anthony, who's done a superlative job here tonight. Let's take a final look at the classification then from the Canadian Grand Prix. It's a three-way tie. Oh gosh. So I've got to choose, have I? So it's between Keon, Anthony, and Serious Mushroom. I'm going to go with Anthony because that's his first podium of his career now. So Anthony done a great job today, and superb stuff indeed. Then I'll take getting 9th and 10th at Monaco and Canada, two of the most hated tracks. And so hopefully Slayer will be back on the up then. Final classification from Canada. Keon, his second Grand Prix winner of the season and of his career. Anthony, his best result of his career and his superb drive from 8th to 2nd. Dan in third position there, of course, I think extended in the championship after issues for his championship rivals. Craig R, his best result of his career as well in 4th. And with Harlow Falls in 5th position. Smithy Almighty, a battling drive to 6th position. Serious Mushroom could have got 6th, but that final penalty cost him there. Marsky, what happened between Marsky and Jenner? We need to find that out. 8th position, 9th for Slayer. Don's great drive to 10th position there, moving just outside the points 11th. Jenner, pole position there and fast up, but no points there for the Haas team otherwise there. Disappointed. 13th Swanshanks, Vintage Alpi and Real Ashton is the final classification there. Rocket Lee, Angry Davey and Styles out of the Grand Prix here in Montreal then. See you tomorrow, Rocket Lee. I'm unlucky about today's event. Hopefully, but to be honest, Rocket Lee and we had a great battle actually in Canada last week. To be honest, it was I was so close to crashing Rocket Lee out. Not on purpose, by the way. I just didn't know how to tame my tires, which is nothing unusual. I don't know how to tame a lot of things, but certainly tires. I am not a tire tamer, and I don't think Dan cares about me tire taming. He wants to have a chat and then go and get himself freshened up. But Dan, great drive tonight to third position. But are you happy with that third position, or do you feel that second or maybe even the win was on the cards today?
No, I'm happy with third today. I couldn't win that race. The pace ahead of me was just way too much. I don't know. I just didn't have the pace around Canada. Kian, just unbelievable. At one point, he was about 17 seconds ahead of me, so he absolutely thoroughly deserved that win. I just knew I couldn't win, so just sort of took it easy, sort of waited for certain things to happen in front of me, and just be happy to take some points, and luckily I've got on the podium.
Halfway through that race, or just I think there was mixed strategies there. It was starting to become a bit wild there, wasn't it? There. How difficult was it to be in that DRS training? I think it was from third all the way down to 8th position. How difficult was it to focus on maybe getting a podium here and also focus on your championship lead?
Yeah, it's so hard when you're in a train because if you go for it and burn all your ERS down the back straight to try and make an overtake, if you don't get that done, you've got very little left and you're suddenly a sitting duck to all those following behind. So I just kind of let everything happen in front of me. I think Marvsky and Jinner came to blows a couple of times and one or two others. So I was just very happy just to sit behind all of the action and just drive a very boring race today. But yeah, just happy to pick up the third place.
I was going to say it may be boring, but you've actually extended your lead in the championship then, with Marsky and Jinner coming to blows then. It's not been a good season so far for Jinner, and Marsky only getting 4 points today then. And your championship has been extended going into Spain in a week's time, and we're not even at half distance yet. But do you have a little celebration in the cockpit when you see your championship rivals come to blows?
A little bit, and not necessarily the championship rivals, but just anyone ahead of me on track. You know, if you battle too hard, it can come back to bite you in the arse. So, um, I think some certain people went for a two stop today. I think unless Marsky had damage, I think he was one that went for a two stop, along with Harlow Fowles. They were both ahead of me when they came in for their second stop, and it just yeah, well, definitely wasn't the right call because I think I finished 10 plus seconds still ahead of them. Just looked after the hards all the way to the end.
And of course, you had a couple of medium runners that were starting to attack you towards the end as well. Was you concerned about those medium runners, the likes of Craigar and co? And was you thinking, oh, this is not ideal? Was you just thinking about letting them pass and finishing the race, or was that podium still very much on the cards?
Yeah, Craig had a really good pace tonight. He got his strategy spot on, and got past me one or two times, and I was actually willing just to let him go. And my intention was to stay in his DRS and try and follow him as much as I could. But every time he got past me, either he made a little mistake or I just managed to stay close enough to just nip back past him again. And I think come the last 5 laps, his tyres died, and that was it. He couldn't keep up in the end.
Back to Europe next week for the Spanish Grand Prix. That's very much a car circuit and very much a circuit where you need a decent setup. Then, how confident are you feeling in Spain in a week's time?
I think Spain's a track that everyone quite likes, so the pace is always very high across everybody. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Again, just I was going to aim for top three. Fortunate enough to be in a position where I don't have to really go sort of balls out and go hell for leather and try and gain maximum points every weekend now. So I can just aim for the top three and just move on to the next.
Really good stuff. Well done today, Dan. Extending your lead in the championship as well and getting another podium under your belt. Fantastic stuff indeed. Before we come to Stephen Anthony, let me just read out this comment here then. Keon then. This one's for the Canadian and Irani people around the world. Come on, guys, then. I'm going to cry. Congratulations today, Keon. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And I think I've pronounced your name right for the first time in the whole stream then. Thunder, this is the way, Keon then. And I wonder if that's a Mandalorian reference there. Fantastic stuff indeed there, Keon then, getting his second Grand Prix win of his career. And getting their first podium of their career is Stephen Anthony. What a drive today. My goodness me. I must admit, you came out of nowhere to, I realised how big the gap was there, because you went for a very long first stint and very similar to Keon, I believe, in the opening stage there. But when it was all becoming anarchy there, you just seemed to avoid all the shenanigans there and just keep up pace on the hard tyres there. How happy are you today?
Can you hear me, by the way? I'm just testing out these new headphones, so
Oh,
just
yes, we
checking.
can, my good man.
Very good. Well, in practice, I practiced on the hards, felt very good on them, and after Monaco, I think I told one of the admins I just want to get into points, and my focus was just to go long and stay in the DRS. So basically, from lap I think 7, I was already at very low ERS. So yeah, I don't know what happened.
We like races like that. But I think he was the highest runner apart from Jinner at one stage. And as you mentioned, yeah, just trying to keep in DRS. And do you think that if he stayed on the same strategy as Keon today, could you have got the win potential? Or do you think that starting on the hard tire was very much what made this podium today?
I think so. To be honest, with Keon, I wouldn't have caught up at all because I think in the final couple of laps he was gaining 1 second a lap or even more. So my aim was just to get on the podium. And I don't know who was driving in front of me, but I saw that someone had a 10 second penalty still. So I tried to keep it smooth and clean because basically from lap 9 I was on 2 strikes in terms of track limits. So Had to be careful.
How difficult is that to avoid the penalties? I must say it must be very difficult, but then again, I must have a wider card than everyone else, and which is my excuse. But how difficult was it for you then to keep that penalty away then? Because in the end, I don't think it cost you, but how draining was it for you?
Well, what I tried is in the final chicane to keep a little bit of distance because a couple of times I saw four cars going to the final chicane, and I was like, uh-oh. So always keep your distance there. In the middle part, I gained. So, but yeah, going to that final chicane is always scary, missing your braking point. So I'm happy.
And so you should be. Of course, this is your first podium of your career as well. And I must say,
I have to correct you there, by the way. I mean, I think I was third in Miami, Sean.
yes, you was. My goodness me. You need to shut me down on that one. Yes, you was third. So your second podium of your career, but this is your best result of your career. Magnificent stuff indeed. That, and of course, that was only your second race as well, and you've scored in every single race apart from Monaco. You've been one of the better rookies of bronze this season, and potentially it might be a bit too late to challenge for a promotion or even the top spot in the championship. But what is your aim for the rest of the season? Do you think you can get that elusive Grand Prix win?
I think it's in play, yeah. But I mean, there are some of the guys here that are really fast. So my aim is, I think I started in race six, five maybe. China was one of them, and no, just getting as high as possible. Maybe top five is in the cards, and then from there on we'll see.
Well done today. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed. Well done today, Stephen. And well done to Dan.
Thanks
Dan
very
as well,
much, Sean.
extensively in the championship. And this is Stephen Anthony's second podium of his career, not first one. Shocking stuff indeed. And yes, Andy, you can't get the stuff, can you? Shocking stuff indeed. And where is Farf as well to correct me? Absolutely disgraceful behaviour. Also, congratulations to Keon as well, getting his second Grand Prix win. That is right, by the way, because I did check that as well. But thank you very much for joining us. It's been superb stuff indeed. Then, of course, the next time we're on air is actually tomorrow night for the Spanish Grand Prix, I believe, and for 100% then. If you want to laugh, then watch me try and race around Spain for 66 laps. It's going to be absolutely horrendous there. And then, of course, then gold, silver, and bronze will be back next week. Ultimate Beast has taken a firm grasp on the championship lead. Dan is also extended in the championship as well. But gold then is very much still all up for grabs. And so there, it is going to be fantastic going. But returning back to the European circuit. See you tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll see you Sunday. Goodbye.